What's up guys, welcome to another video. So today I am going to change it up a little bit. I'm not going to be working on the E36, I'm just going to take a little break on that, and I'm going to be working on the 4Runner. So I am getting ready for a little like a road trip slash camping trip, and obviously I'm going to be taking the 4Runner. So for those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, you guys pretty much saw for this whole time that I haven't been making videos. I've just been doing a lot of off-roading. I've been taking that 4Runner a lot of places, or the 4Runner has been taking me a lot of places. And yeah, I've just been getting to see a lot. I haven't really been getting videos of it, which I'm kind of dumb for that, just because I'm not really sure if I should like make another channel for like all the off-roading and just some of like the outdoor stuff that I do, or if I should put it into this one. So at the moment I'm planning on going on a trip in the next couple of days. It's gonna be like a road trip slash camping trip. So for today, I'm just gonna be prepping the 4Runner, getting a couple of things dialed in. So I'm just gonna be doing like an oil change. I already did a couple of things like change the spark plugs and coils. Right now it already has like a brand new alternator, has a brand new radiator hoses. I'm just gonna go through, change the oil, and I'm actually gonna lift the 4Runner. So I recently got in my lift springs. I just went with some Old Man Emu rear lift springs, and it's just gonna be a 2-inch lift. And at the moment I already have Bilstein 5100s installed in the front and rear. So the shocks in the rear are pretty much already ready for a lift, and with the Bilstein 5100s, the front shock assembly is actually adjustable. So I'm just gonna go through, compress the spring, and then I could actually just adjust this little like C-clip on the assembly, and then that'll allow it to lift. So that'll be my front lift. I have been really hesitant to lift this thing, just because I mean, whenever I lift it, I did originally want to like get bigger tires for it, and tires get pretty expensive once you start going really big. So I have been kind of hesitant because I wanted to get the tires first, then lift it, and then put the bigger tires on once I lift it, you know. So I just kind of wanted to do it all in one step, because I feel like it might look kind of weird with the lift and then the stock wheels. So yeah, once I lift it, we'll see how it looks. Hopefully it looks good. All right, so just got the springs opened, and I already have this guy taken apart. Took this spring out already. So I'm gonna keep all the original bump stops, which this one right here is actually like a polyurethane bump stop. So a long time ago I actually did some stuff with the suspension, and I've replaced a couple of parts here and there. Pretty sure these are called the track arms, but the bushings on those are starting to kind of give out. So I'm gonna need to either replace those arms, like the arms themselves, for some adjustable ones, or go through and get some replacement bushings. But I did recently replace this little guy right here, this arm. So you can kind of see this one looks a little bit newer, and then the one on the other side is still really dusty and stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get these guys swapped out. All right, so I'm gonna go through and get these guys all swapped out. Just from the looks of it, I mean, initially it doesn't really look like there's gonna be a difference, but I'm assuming that this is just gonna be like a higher spring rate, and just keep it from sagging, because this spring definitely just sags super easy. So as soon as there's any weight on it, it just dips down. And I know this weekend I'm gonna be a little bit more loaded than usual because of the camera gear, and I think I'm gonna be taking my roommate with me. So I did want to get this lift out of the way just to kind of prevent all of that sag. So to get the spring out, it was actually really easy. All you need to do is just disconnect the sway bar. So this is just like a 12 mil. So you just want to get like a 14 mil wrench, put it right here, hold that tight, and then you can just loosen this little 12 mil. So you can just take the nut all the way off and just leave it in place. And right down here, you just want to take off this 17 mil right here. So before I loosened that, I actually had the diff kind of lifted up with the jack. So I just have a block of wood right there, and then I'm just lifting it up. I just basically lifted it enough to kind of give the spring a little bit of preload. And then I went through and loosened the 2 bolts. Once those are loosened, then you can just kind of take the shock out of place. And then from there, you can drop the jack, and then that'll allow this side of the diff, since you don't have the sway bar connected and you don't have the shock connected, it'll actually allow the diff to travel way further down. And once you let it travel down, then you have enough slack to just pull the spring right out, and boom, you can just put the other one right in, and then just pretty much do the process opposite order. So I'm just gonna go through and do the other side, and then I'll get started on the front. Alright, and I just got one of the front like strut assemblies off, so you can see that's also a Bilstein 5100, and that is still the factory spring. So realistically, I should have also gotten like an upgraded spring, like a lift spring. It can still be lifted this way. So with the 5100, it actually has, so like this bottom seat right here where the spring sits on, this is actually adjustable. So if you look, I don't know if you can see right here, there's these little grooves. So there's actually this little C-clip underneath this, and that's what actually sets the level of this. So right now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and compress the spring, and then that C-clip, I'm just going to raise it up by however much. And to take it off, it was actually really easy. You just have to take off these 4 14mm bolts up here, and then there's going to be a 19mm on the bottom of the actual shock. And yeah, you just take those off, and it's super easy to take out. Alright, so I just got this one lifted, and then if you look at this one over here, I have a loaded weapon. So I do have this spring compressed. If you guys do this, be very careful with this stuff. Yeah, because that is under a lot of weight. And if these things slip right here and this spring goes out, that is a lot of force. So that can do a lot of damage. Be careful. If you take it out, so this right here is what the spring sits on. So if you kind of pick it up, this is that little C-clip I was talking about. If you guys can see that, that's the little C-clip I was talking about. So you can basically just take that and adjust it on these little grooves, and that's going to be like the ride height adjustment of these shocks right here. So originally it was right at the bottom groove, and basically that's going to be like 0 adjustment. So that's basically just factory height. And I just went through and lifted it to right there, just because online with the Bilstein shocks, it says that it goes anywhere from a 0-inch lift all the way up to like a 2 2.5 inch lift or a 2.3. So since that's 2.3, I'm just gonna keep it one under, since the rear is a 2-inch lift. I definitely don't want the front end higher than the rear, because yeah, I don't want that squatted look. So yeah, I'd rather, if anything, I'd rather the rear be just a little bit higher. So I think that will probably be more like a 2-inch or maybe like a 1.7 or something. I don't know. It's probably not exactly a 2-inch lift. So there it goes. I'm just going to put everything back together, and then I'm going to get these back on the truck and get the wheels back on, and we'll see how it looks. I like it. So there it is, all lifted. You can definitely tell it is higher. It definitely doesn't look goofy. I thought it was gonna look really, really goofy with the stock size tires and stock size wheels with the 2-inch lift, but I actually really like it. So I'll probably end up keeping this size tire for a little bit, just until I have some spending money to actually buy a bigger set of tires. I don't know, guys, it almost seems like the rear is kind of squatting a little bit. I don't know, let me know what you guys think, but I mean, it definitely looks level enough. I'm just worried about whenever I load it up with a bunch of weight. Hopefully these springs do a lot better with weight, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. You guys let me know, but I think it is slightly squatting in the rear. I might have to go back some other time and drop it down one notch in the front just to kind of level it out. But I like it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. So I just got done changing the oil, and yeah, this thing is all ready for a road trip now. I don't know, guys, you let me know in the comments if you think the back is a little bit squatted, but it's kind of bothering me. I think it is kind of squatted in the rear, so I'm either gonna have to get some sort of like leveling kit to level out the rear and just lift it just a little bit, or just come back and adjust the front and just kind of lower it one more tick, and I think that should be good. All right, guys, there we go. So the 4Runner is now road trip ready. So I'm honestly really stoked on how it came out. It isn't like a really huge difference. Yeah, I mean, it is like a subtle change, but I really like the way it came out. It is kind of bothering me because I think the rear is a little bit squatted, and that's kind of what I was trying to get rid of. And I think I might have lifted the front a little bit too much. In the near future, I might be doing like a leveling kit to just kind of lift the rear just a little bit, or I might just come back and readjust the front and just lower it that one little tick. But all in all, I'm really stoked. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So that should do it for this video. I'm gonna wrap it up here, just keep it really short because I need to go home and start packing for this camping trip. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments if you guys wanna see some clips from this trip, if you guys wanna see some of the views and stuff like that. I'm definitely down to start getting some videos of me out on the road, off-roading with the 4Runner, and just kind of seeing some sights. But let me know in the comments. I'm gonna head out of here and start packing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.